What's up, guys? It's me, your faithful host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, and welcome back to our in-depth playthrough of Elden Ring. So I hope you guys are excited for episode 4 today. It's been a blast playing through this series, and something I want to try to do consistently is I want to start these episodes off with the map, just to give everybody an idea of what we've covered and where we've been so far, to keep everything nice and organized. So in the last episode, we did the Groveside Cave, which is super easy to miss, but it's a really nice beginner cave that I highly recommend doing, starting off, because it'll be a good source of extra runes for you. It might get you an extra level or two, and it's just really nice, easy exposure to the cave system. Then we went down to the beach, where the coastal cave was. We had the octopus kind of wandering around. There's a giant that patrols the hills on the way down. And then there was also a nomadic merchant here, and we followed it all the way to the end, where there was a spirit spring right here that could have launched us all the way back up here to where the first step was, and there were some skeletons there that we didn't bother fighting. And the cave spat us out here, where the Church of the Dragon Communion is. So one thing I want to point out is if you hit triangle, or whatever your top button is on your console that you're playing on, your platform, it's triangle on PlayStation 4 and 5, you can pull up a list of your sites of grace. And the reason this is really awesome is because it's easy to get disoriented in this game. Sometimes you might not know where the grace is that you were just at. And sometimes by just looking at the map, you might not be able to know visually where it is you're trying to go. But if you pull up the list here, seeing the name of that site of grace might just trigger your memory and help you figure out where you were trying to go, or where you forgot to go. So one thing I just want to point out, and then once we get to the round table hold, there's also like a nice shortcut to get to the round table hold without scrolling all the way over here, which is what I'm guilty of doing before I learned that trick. But today, the excitement continues. We're going to do something exciting today. We're going to take down a couple mounted bosses, starting with the Tree Sentinel. So I would say this flail level 2, it's probably good enough. I don't know how much damage we're going to do against this guy. I can't tell yet. But hopefully it hits him hard enough. So let's go kick this guy's ass. And I'm going to show you the general strategy with this guy. Starting off, you can get some free damage on him, because he does this weird, like, thing where he stands up on the horse's back 2 legs and is like, you know, to war! Or something like that. I don't know what's going on through his head, but... Why are you trying to block me? Okay, that special ability you just saw, the Golden Retaliation, he only does that if you try to use magic against him, which I don't recommend because you will die. Now, after that, you're free to hit him. And every time he retaliates, you're free to hit him. So, before I start laying into him and showing you his, or start attacking him, I want you guys to pay attention to his attacks. So he's got a big jumping slam right there, right? And then if you get close enough, and he doesn't have a running start, he'll do these slashes. But that attack in particular, where he drags the halberd across the ground and charges towards you, that is super duper dangerous, and you need to be smart, like this. You can jump to avoid it, or if you're already far enough away from him, he will miss you completely, but that attack is devastating. It is the most damaging attack that he has. But generally what you want to do is you just want to wait for him to attack, and then run in and get a hit. So he attacks super duper slow, right? Like, that was a lot of effort he just made for that one hit. Nope, I'm missing completely. I'm whiffing super hard against this guy, but okay, there it is. Watch for that attack, and it's not necessarily always smart to attack him after he does that, unless he's already close to you. But that attack, when he does the jumping slam, run in and get a hit, because it's going to take him forever to retaliate, like as you can see. So he does not necessarily have the best control over his horse. Like, we are much more nimble on Torrent than he is on that thing. However, he's got a lot of reach. Like, that halberd is long. And he gives you plenty of openings to hit him as long as you're patient. But don't get greedy. Don't sit there parked next to him and just try to smack him. So he usually will do 2 of these. He only did it once there, but most of the time he'll hit twice with the shield, and it's a great opportunity to hit him. Not bad. This is not going bad at all. We're doing decent damage to him. This is, I would call this appropriate damage. This is about what you want to be doing to him when you get to this point. It was, I don't know, somewhere between, there's the double slam, somewhere between 90 and 100 per hit, right? It's kind of what I recommend. And, you know, mix it up. You can, if you have time, you can wind up a strong attack, which is kind of what I'm doing. Yee! That attack is dangerous. Okay, there's the shield slam. Okay. Come on, pal. What are you gonna do? There we go. Another one. There we go. Ooh! Yee! He got me. Shoo! That is an AoE attack, by the way, so... Alright. And we beat him by proccing the bleed. That was pretty badass. I didn't think I was going to get a bleed at all on him, but to my surprise, my pleasant surprise, we did. That was really cool, finishing him with the bleed. So beating him, you get the golden halberd. This is a 100% drop, not a rare one. You will get this no matter what when you beat him. And this was bothering me. Hold on, I gotta pick this thing up. Well, I thought I saw an item out here on the ground. Maybe I didn't. I must be going crazy. Anyway, I think there's an item out in front of the church that we forgot to pick up. We're going to go get that real quick. Here it is. Okay, golden rune, 2. Not bad. So he does not respawn. The tree sentinels, yes, plural, tree sentinels, as in there's several of them in this game. Sometimes more than one at a time. Yee. They do not respawn. That is a one-time enemy. They are considered mini-bosses, or area bosses, as they like to call them in this game. And his halberd, let me just tell you guys, this thing is so damn good. Like, it requires a really heavy investment, like 30 strength, in order to one-hand it. And it weighs 13.5 units. Like, it's a big boy. But this fucking thing, like, look at it. It has ridiculous reach. Like, this is the perfect mounted weapon. It is fast. It has crazy long sweeps when you attack with it. And when you charge a strong attack, watch this. Yeah, it has a double hit. And the second hit does devastating damage. But the problem is, we cannot use this thing. Not yet. I am going to inevitably invest the strength to use that thing. And you'll see, it completely steamrolls everything in this game. I wouldn't call it easy mode, like magic. Like, magic is for sure easy mode in this game. Like, if you just go with magic, you're good. Nothing can touch you. But that halberd is so unbelievably good. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game, and we're certainly going to use it. I will probably save my somber smithing stones for that thing. So we got a good chunk of souls, God. We got a good chunk of runes from that guy, and I think it's very important to focus on vigor in the beginning of the game, because I'm not sure what it is with the whole 400 and something HP threshold in this game, to where literally everything can kill you in one hit if you're not careful enough. But we're going to fix that. We're going to not let that whole low HP threshold at the beginning of every character screw us over. We're going to be smart. We're going to invest in our vigor early into the character, and we will worry about damage later. I did invest 18 dexterity pretty quickly up front, because I wanted to use this flail, and clearly it paid off because it made short work of that guy. And the bleed proc that we got was super badass, even though it was a little bit late. But let's open our map, and we'll travel here. So we're going to go to this grace, and then we're going to wait until nighttime, because our next mounted enemy that we're going to fight, who is incredibly formidable, is worse than the Tree Sentinel. He requires a little bit more strategy, and you have to be even better and have even more control of Torrent. That is one thing I will say about the Knight's Cavalry, which is what this boss is called. This boss only appears at nighttime, and usually you can see him out there from the Grace. I don't see him right now, but trust me, you will in a second. There he is, all the way out there. So this guy, you have one significant problem against this guy, and that's the enemies. There's going to be small fries out here, like you see these guys here. We're going to take care of these guys. And this is a great mounted weapon, by the way. Like, the flail is super, super good on Torrent. This guy is a problem. And I don't want to aggro. What's the word I'm looking for? Aggro. I don't want to aggro the Knight's Cavalry yet. Oh, I got a dagger. Wow. He sees me. It's whatever. Okay, so we got rid of the problematic enemies, and I know it doesn't... You may not think those guys are super problematic against him, but they are, I promise. Kill them first. Be smart. So this guy does not have a crazy opening yeehaw, I'm gonna kick your ass type move. But he does have the same drag the halberd across the ground move. And he's got the same jump as well. So this guy is significantly more nimble than the Tree Sentinel, and he has quite a few recovery attacks. We're also doing basically no fucking damage to this guy, which is not a good sign. Oh, that was not good. I did not mean to do that. Alright. So, your general strategy with this guy is that, unfortunately, he runs away after most of his attacks, and of course the stupid wall is in the way. What you want to do is you want him to do the attack where he's dragging the halberd across the ground towards you, and you want to flank him when he does it. We'll see if I can get him to do it. Come on. There we go. So watch this. Oh my goodness. If it's not one thing, it's another. Alright, anyway. Ooh, sometimes he does that twice. You gotta be careful. This guy is bad news. He's very hard to kill. Alright, there's one good hit. So here we go. He does it, right? Boom. He runs right past you, and he has no form of recovery after that. So that is, like, honestly your best window to attack, is when he does that. Yee! Ooh, man, this guy's whipping my ass. Alright. We're definitely not supposed to be fighting him right now. Like, that's a given. We shouldn't be fighting him. He's definitely... Okay. Anyway, he's definitely too difficult for our level. Like, he's twice as hard as the Tree Sentinel. 100%. You fucking... Come here. Oh boy. There's a knight. Yes! Oh, shit! Alright. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to restart against this guy. Because I don't have any flasks. Okay. And he will not chase you all the way to the Grace. Don't worry. Alright, so the bleed will be very helpful for me against this guy. That's one thing about the flail, is I'm going to try and rely on its ability to proc the bleed on him, and we'll have better opportunity to do that against this enemy in particular, because... Gimme? Because he has more health and defense. Okay, we'll get those guys. Get that guy. Oh wow, I'm surprised I didn't kill him. Oh, come here. There we go. Alright, so we got those guys. And we'll get his attention. That's it. Come here. Oh, I missed, though. Come here, you. Phew, he's got way better reach than me with the Halberd. And you can actually get his Halberd, the Knight Rider Halberd. It's probably the best Halberd in the game, if I'm being honest. I really like the golden Halberd, like it's my favorite, but that one that he's using is super good. Like, it's probably better. Oh, I do not have the reach for this fight. I definitely should probably wait until I have the Halberd upgraded to fight this guy, because that's going to be the difference between me and him. So again... Oh, shit! So again, I'm just going to point out the similarities with him and the Tree Sentinel. If you just bait his attacks, and you stay close enough to him to where he won't do anything super devastating like the jump, and really take advantage of this attack. Like, as you can see, the best he can do after that is he can try to ram you with the horse, but like, it takes him a second, right? Okay, let's see what we can do. I'm trying to be smarter than this guy right now. Like, I mean, it 100% would be smarter to fight him later when I have a weapon that's got better reach, but I feel confident. I feel like I can do it. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. I'm going to try to proc the bleed on him, because I feel like we can win if I can bleed him. Oh my goodness. That attack scares the crap out of me, because he has really crazy reach, and when he jumps at you like that, he is almost guaranteed to hit you. Yeah, that's it. Now, I'm hitting the horse only right now, which is not good. Like, I need to try to hit him and make his health bar go down, because the problem with this guy, the thing that makes him so much more dangerous than the Tree Sentinel, there we go, is that if you beat him, or his horse in particular, if you kill his horse, he can resummon it, and that's not good. So when he does the jump like that, he always runs away afterwards. It's not easy to punish him for that attack. Damn it. This railing keeps interrupting him when he does that. That's fine. I'll take that opening. And whiff. Now, once we knock him off the horse, we're going to get a really badass counter on him, which is good. But either way, you probably want to try to do more damage to him and not just the horse. Oh, come here. There we go. I wanted to get just one hit on him. But again, just like the Tree Sentinel, don't get greedy against this guy. Take your opportunities to hit him. There we go. Not bad. Fuck! That attack sends me into panic mode, because it's like his chance of hitting you with that attack is so freaking high if you're not already far away from him. Come on, man. What are you going to do? There we go. Yeah. Ugh. That's it. I got you. I'm going to outsmart you. That's what we're going to do. Damn it. There we go. You do some shit I can punish, and we're in business. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. Let me get you off this fucking horse. Yeah. Alright. He is still dangerous. Do as much damage as you can possibly do to him once he's off the horse, because he's gonna summon it again. Like that. That is an area of effect attack. Do not try to hit him when he does that. Oh! Just be ready for more mounted combat. But we're doing okay. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Oh my god, I'm stuck in a tree. Alright, that's fine. Yee! That is not. Alright, any attack that he does where he attacks with the horse, as in like a side ram, oh my god, that could have been so bad. A side ram, or like any attack with the hoofs in particular, do not try to attack him afterwards, because he can always recover into something that will do a shit ton of damage to you, and you don't want that. You don't want to get so far into the fight like this, and then get greedy. Shit. These things are, like, problematic, man. I wish you could take the fight, like, far away from here, but you can't. Like, as we saw before, he'll disappear, and he'll reappear where he spawns. That's it. And I would like to end the fight before I kill his horse again. I would like to try to do most of this damage on him instead. Oh, come on. My aim can't suck now. I need to get rid of him. We're so close. Ooh! Yes, that's it. There we go. So it's pretty safe strategy. You get him to chase you in a straight line, especially when he does like the attack where he drags the halberd across the ground. And you can always punish him as soon as he runs past you. Like this. Nope. Unless the terrain gets in the way. There we go. Just a couple more hits. And we have not been able to proc the bleed on him because I can't hit him as consistently as I want to. Like, it's just a little too dangerous. But we're doing okay, though. We're doing the best we can with what we've got. Come on, you. There we go. One more hit. Let's get it. Ah! There we go. Alright. And then you get 2,400 runes for beating him, as well as the repeating thrust Ash of War. So that took a little bit longer than I wanted. And I'm also surprised I beat him in 2 tries. Like, that guy, I'm telling you what, the first time I played this game, that guy took me double-digit tries, for sure. Like, probably 14 or 15 tries to beat him. We're going to get rid of this guy. In style. Alright. Now, we've already been in this direction. That's where the cart being pulled by the giants is. And this part right here, this bridge. If you need an indicator, this bridge right here in Western Limgrave is exactly where the Knights Cavalry is located. We're going to get his halberd later, and I'm probably going to end up using that weapon a lot as well. But alright, as far as mounted combat goes, I think we're doing okay. We beat the Tree Sentinel, and Tree Sentinel is good practice for mounted combat. He'll really help you wrap your head around the mechanics of it. And then the Knights Cavalry is going to be like your next tier of mounted practice. So, both of them are definitely going to take practice, especially if you're like new to the game. But I believe in you. You can do it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's take a look at the map here. Let's go ahead and clear this cave out. We're not going to fight Agheel, the dragon, yet. But we are going to go down into this lake here. Or alongside it, at least. As long as you have the cliff here, he should not spawn. And I'm going to point something out to you to save you a lot of trouble in this place. Watch for bubbles. like little ripples in the water, because that means that you are over top of a giant crab. Like that. Did you see that? If you see that, avoid it. Do not run over it. You will aggro the crab, and they are fast. They are almost as fast as you are on Torrent. They will knock you off the Torrent and kill you super fast. So I don't recommend aggroing the crabs because, one, they don't drop any detrimental items, and they don't drop very many runes, too. They're not worth the trouble they cause. So avoid the giant crabs as much as you can. So this is the first mine that we're going to go into. This style of dungeon is prevalent across the entire game. We're going to see this type of dungeon pretty often. But this is going to be the first one that we encounter. So jump off right here. We should have jumped off at that one up there, but I missed it. It's okay though, we'll be alright. I'm going to put the torch on for this part, because there shouldn't be any enemies, but just in case. Alright, and then the way you will get down is you will use these series of ledges. They are so courteously marked with candles to make it just a little bit easier to find them. I'm going to ride this thing back up, only because I missed that jump that I was trying to make. That one. There's nothing here. Bogus, right? Whatever. It's going to be a part of all of these dungeons. And the reason I want to point out why you want to start here at the very first one, when you start doing the rest of these cave, mine type cave dungeons, is because there's going to be goodies hidden in them. And there's not this time. But later, trust me, there will be. Now, I recall the boss in this cave being the Stonedigger Troll, I believe. And he's going to be a lot of fun. Do you sense my sarcasm? Alright, sneak mode, shield, because we have plenty of visibility. So there's two different kinds of enemies here. You have regular pickaxe guys, and then you have those pickaxe guys that have the thing on their back, and they can throw shit at you. It's not fun. These guys, if we charge the R2, we can kill them in one hit. And we can loot these smithing stones. So smithing stones are bright yellow rocks that are, I guess they look kind of crystal-like. But you will see them protruding out of the walls and the ground and stuff all over the playthrough. And you always want to grab them. Because the more of those that you can find versus having to buy them when they become available at the merchant, the better. So we're not going to worry about these two guys over here just yet. They're going to be the last two guys that we kill. We're going to drop off right here. And we're going to worry about these guys that are down here on the lower level. So charged R2 seems to be working well against these guys, because they are weak to the strike damage, which you can see just below where it says flail. It says strike. That's where your damage type is. Hello, rats. So this is a perfect opportunity to use your firebombs when these rats aggro, because the rats are bad. They can hit a lot, and because we're brand new and we're kind of weak, they are hitting us very hard, which is not good. But, alright, I'm going to put an end to my slop and get rid of these fucking things. How did you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you. Alright, anyway. Before we start heading into that direction where those two guys are, we want to drop down here, clear those rats, be very careful. I forgot all about them, that's my mistake. And we want to grab this. Got us another smithing stone. And that is the wonderful thing about these caves that are very much like a mine, is that you will have lots of upgrade materials to loot. So we're going to go prone, we're going to sneak, we're going to go take care of this guy. And it's wonderful that we're killing these guys in one hit, because if we were to try to use, like, you know, thrust damage or slash damage or something like that, it would not be going as well. So if you're following me exactly and using the flail for this part, you got nothing to worry about. If you start with any form of blunt weapon, you have nothing to worry about. But here, I'll show you. Even if you were a badass and you got the sword at the beginning. See that? He doesn't give a shit. I just stabbed the fuck out of him with my best attack, and he doesn't care. Alright, now he's going to start throwing shit at me. Not good, right? But it's just physical damage, so if you block it, you won't take any chip damage to your shield. Whoa, holy crap. Oh shit. I wonder if he ever stops attacking. Alright, so, lesson learned. If you know what they're weak to, use it. And in this particular instance, that is 100% strike damage. And we got another smithing stone. So I wonder what the deal is with these guys. Like, they very much remind me of Blacksmith Ed and Baldwin from Demon Souls. They look just like them. I mean, they have, like, the beard, and they're kind of bald, and they have, like, scaly skin. They're pretty similar to the miners that you find in Stonedigger Tunnel in Demon Souls, but, I wonder what their deal is. Like, this is one enemy type that I really don't know a whole lot about in this game. Like, I'm not sure whose side they're on, or anything like that. Like, I don't know. So, let's see. What we can do is, instead of using the elevator, we can just jump, right? Like, there's nothing stopping us from doing that. I think this is the uppermost level. And it's always worth doing this. You want to do this 150%. Because there's usually items on the way down. And in this particular instance, it doesn't look like there is. So, congratulations, we wasted our time again. But you will notice that there was an extra layer, or extra level up there, that we could have jumped off on. And we're definitely going to do that real quick. I don't trust this. Hold on. Okay, I thought there was going to be an item. Okay, so pointing case. Watch this. Well, damn it. I was facing the wrong way. It was on that side. But we're going to go for this path. And there should be a goodie. There's our Stake of America, too. Okay. So here's an interesting part. Check this out. You've got an enemy over here that has a fire weapon. They're carrying like this this lantern, like torch type thing, and it will shoot fire out in a very widespread manner. It's a huge pain in the ass. We'll wait for this guy to get closer to that guy. That's about close enough. It might hit him. Use fire. Well, never mind. The fire bomb killed him in one hit. Let's try this guy. Alright, there we go. The explosion. If you hit the guys that have the flaming rocks on their back, they will create an explosion. And it's very good when they're in clusters. Like you see, this next guy is kind of like wandering his way up to that guy. We'll see if the explosion will reach him. There we go. Oh, that's so satisfying. Okay. Yeah, it was me. I was the one that did that. How do you feel? I forgot to mention I don't give a shit. Alright. We're picking up some more smithing stones, which is good. We want to get as many of these as we can in the beginning. Glintstone scrap. Alright. We got us another throwable / usable item. So, you can break this gem and use FB to produce a magic bolt. These can be equipped to your hotbar and thrown, just like a fire pot. And they're good against enemies that are weak to magic. And these guys down here are weak to magic. And here, I'll show it off, just to give you guys an idea of what it can do. And I think this is important because this game will throw so many usable items at you, just constantly. And for the majority of your playthrough, you might not use any of them. Like, you might see these items that can be used and you might go, I don't know what the hell that is. I'm not going to use that. And it might end up being something really good that's super useful in your situation. So we could blow this guy up with a firebomb, but I'm going to use this item. Do you see that? These guys are super weak to fire, or super weak to magic. Like, that was just one item use, and this is the weakest version of the item, the glintstone scrap. Because there are stronger tiers of that item that can be used later on. Okay, so now, without killing myself, it doesn't look like there's anything. Actually, there is this time. Hey. So we're going to descend down to our third and final level. Make sure we don't miss anything on the way down. Sometimes there are upgrade stones that are not super obvious, like that one just beneath us. So there's a rune. Here we go. Check it out. A somber smithing stone. It's another tier 1, but that's okay. We don't even have the stats to use the weapon I'm going to use those on just yet. Okay, and we are now here at the boss. So I'm going to go ahead and heal. Okay. And I'm probably going to end up trying to showcase the weapon art for this thing, but I do believe this should be the Stonedigger Troll. And bear with me, I will probably die against this guy because he can be quite challenging in the beginning. He essentially has a very similar moveset to the other giants. Take advantage of the roar to hit him in the leg. There we go. Knock him down. And we'll get a critical on him. There we go. Ooh. Alright, so staying near him. Goodness gracious. There he goes. While he goes psycho, I'm going to heal. Alright. Staying far away from him is a terrible idea because he has crazy reach with that club and he will use it. Ooh! You see that reach? Okay, I don't recommend locking on for this guy. I recommend staying away from him completely. Only come in to attack. I really want to proc the bleed so I can end this fight. This guy, I tilt really bad against this guy. Like, I'm talking the longer this fight... Ooh, shit, there we go. And I had even just mentioned it. The longer this fight goes on, the more likely I am to make a mistake against this guy. He's bad. You can utilize the magic stone against this guy. Hey, what do you know? It did throw me off at the Stake America. That's good. There's kind of a bug in some of these dungeons where you end up not. We'll take care of this guy. Now, running past these guys can be kind of dangerous because they use the fire attack. Yeet. Okay, I'm just going to ride the elevator down this time. Uh-oh. Is it going to follow me off? No? Well, weird. That would have been funny because he totally would have died. Alright, so let's not be a jackass and lose our souls. So I'm going to use this item to boost my damage a little bit. First thing I want is my runes. I'm going to lose out on the opportunity to get that charged hit because I want these runes. I do not want to lose them. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh! You really got to be careful with the shockwave. Oh shit. Sometimes he'll stomp twice. Ooh, boy. Okay.
shit. Where the hell are you going, man? Okay, once he does his temper tantrum, you have an opportunity to attack afterwards. Oh shit! Except for when he does that. I can't believe I forgot about that. Bleed, damn it! I really want to get a bleed against this guy. It'll help me end the fight. Shoot! Ooh! Rolled a little bit too late there. Come on, man, you're almost dead. There we go. I did not end up proccing a bleed against him, oddly enough, but, alright. I had a feeling that he was going to kill me at least once, because it's not necessarily the boss room is small or anything. It's definitely a tight fit. It's definitely a tight fit to try to fight someone as big as him, but, fighting giants beforehand will help you against him. He is bigger than a regular giant, but his moveset's relatively similar, so if you end up fighting those giants that are pulling the treasure chest before fighting him, that might be enough experience to help you not struggle so hard against him. So don't be surprised if he does kill you your first couple tries, because he's still not necessarily an easy boss, and those crazy AoE slams that he does are really annoying to dodge, and you really have to watch for the shockwave, because you're not dodging the hammer club thing he's using, you're dodging the shockwave that it creates, which can be tricky. But, alright. Not bad. That was a decent run through there. We got some upgrade materials. We got a big boost of runes. We have over 7,000 runes, so we can level up a little bit more if we so desire. So this crab in here is not guarding a special item. Like, you're going to see the item in there, but do not try to go in there and fight that crab. I wouldn't even recommend luring the crab out to get whatever it is that item is. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, I just remember that it's totally not worth it. Like, it's not good at all. It's not worth going in there and pretty much dying to him. Okay. So, if I stay out here on the lake, it is going to inevitably spawn Agheel, the dragon boss, and I don't want that. So, hopefully if I just hug the cliffside, he will not come down and destroy me. Okay, we got a couple bats out here. No big deal. Alright. Then we can scale the cliffside up here to get back up. And then this is exactly where we were. This is the first step. Alright, and then out there, that is the Dragon Burnt Ruins. It's this little area right here in the lake that looks like destroyed rubble. And then we just finished the Limgrave Tunnels. And to give you a perspective of where we are right now, we are directly in front of the first step where we started the game. Varé is up there. Let's go talk to Varé to see if he has anything new to say.
It's time you set off to castle if you...
Guess not. Alright. No problem. Well, I really should have rested at that grace. I don't have any flasks. I'm in a dangerous situation. Okay. So I think we're doing okay in this episode. We're covering quite a bit. We've beat both the Tree Sentinel and the Knight's Cavalry, the first one anyway. Second Knight's Cavalry that we fight is going to have yet another weapon that I intend to use on this character. It's going to be another flail with even better bleed buildup. So there's a Spirit Spring out there, and that thing, like, I don't know. That one's hard to explain. You have to be all the way up there, and then you have to run and jump and just, it's annoying. It's kind of difficult, but we're going to end up doing it because there's an item out there. But we got a bat hanging here. So there are bats all along this cliffside, and there aren't very many items over here that are tucked away that we want to pick up. There are a couple that we're going to grab, but I would not recommend wasting your time with the bats. Like, the bats are going to be guarding an item up here. There's going to be 3 or 4 of them. There it is. That is the exact item I was talking about. I recommend grabbing and going. It's just a rune. It's meant to get you killed. And then run away from them and go grab this grace. And we are very close to an NPC that I want to talk to real quick. Bye. Hellspawn. I have kind of a vendetta against bats in this game, and trust me, it's warranted. Like, later, we're going to do some areas with bats, and the more annoying version of bats that sing. You guys will see what I mean. So this guy, we are going to talk to this guy.
Ah, you must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of Agheel Lake, fledgling. A dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So, unless you're mad, or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake. Don't be a fool. Turn back before it's too late. Don't.
Okay, so his dialogue is pretty limited. This is all he has to say to you right now, but something that probably is going to commonly happen to a lot of you, because it definitely happened to me, is you will end up inevitably fighting Agheel before you talk to this guy, because most of the time people go through the lake to get to this point. So where we are right now, here's Agheel Lake North, here's where we fought the Knights, Cavalry. Most of the time people are going to end up crossing the lake to try to get over here, right? Like, because it's shallow. It's not really a lake. I mean, it only goes up to your knees or whatever. But a lot of people are not going to get this dialogue before they fight Agheel, the dragon. Now, once we fight Agheel, we're going to talk to him again, and his dialogue will be different. So let's see. We have bats over in that direction, which I don't care to mess with. We're not going to kill them. We have little baby octopus things here. These ones are not dangerous. Like, I mean, if you're not careful, yes, they can still kill you and do damage to you, but we're not entirely worried about them. There is a drop down over here, though. And there's like a wolf on the cliff. There it is. And I think near that drop down there should be an item. So we'll go grab that in just a second. First, we're going to scale this thing. Oh, come on, let me up. Okay, fine. We'll get it from the other side. And that there is the lake where we got our Ash of War, the Unsheath, where we were ganked by crabs. Grab this real quick. The sliver of meat. This is also a craftable item. Here we go. This is the easy side to get up on. There's an item up here. Be careful grabbing this item, because if you fall from this height, you and Torrent will 100% die. The Slumbering Egg. So let's check this thing out real quick. Material used for crafting found by hunting owls. Owl eggs that will never hatch. Material used for crafting items. Prized as a symbol of the most sublime slumber. So these things, birds are birds, right? Like, you see birds in this game and you're like, okay, I can get feathers and bones from them. There are different kinds of birds, though. Like, I'll show you right now. You've got your typical bald eagle looking birds that are near cliff sides all the time. But if you pay attention as you go across this game, you will notice that there are, in fact, different kinds of birds. There's owls as well, and the owls, when attacked, will drop the slumbering egg most of the time. which you can use to craft things. So, let's go to that drop down that I mentioned. I think that'll be the last thing we do before we end this episode. And there's a special spot that you want to drop down here. Yeah, get out of here. So that you don't take a bunch of damage when you fall. And it should be right here. You want to try to land on these rocks. There we go. Alright. So, sometimes you can die while trying to drop down here, which is bad. You don't want to die. But, I'm going to heal real quick, so that way when I sneak up on this wolf, I don't have to worry about getting one shot, because I'm going to have health. So this guy's just hanging out by himself, but he is one of the more challenging wolves. Like, he's one of the big white ones, so... get rid of this guy. There we go. We got a lump of flesh from him. He's guarding Trina's lily. So, I want to talk about this thing real quick. The Trina's lily is material used for crafting a symbol of faith in Saint Trina. Dulls the senses, preventing agitation. So, this thing is what we're going to use for sleep arrows. And that's one thing that I have not seen very much attention on when I look for Elden Ring coverage on YouTube. There are a lot of people that are not talking about sleep arrows, which blows my mind because, I mean, if other playthroughs won't show you, I will. Like, just wait. Wait until we get to a point where we can start really delving into the crafting system. Sleep arrows are fucking awesome. Like, they are super duper useful. You can help, or they can help you get through situations that would otherwise flatten even the most experienced players. And excuse me while I fumble around trying to find the best spot to drop down. Okay, so this guy that we're about to fight here, I don't know, I guess you could consider him kind of a mini-boss. He's going to drop an Ash of War for us, but he shoots magic at you with the sword. Yee. Alright, I don't want to fight him while mounted. So that is gravity magic. Which is something really cool that we're going to look at as we play this game. I'd really like to proc a bleed on this guy. Oh, goodness. Now, you can't really, like, backstab this guy or anything, but, a lot of his attacks will go over you, which is weird. Goodness. I'm trying to proc a bleed on this guy, but it's not happening. Alright. So that's what he drops. Gravitas, which... that is an Ash of War that will cause your weapon to scale with magic damage, if you so please. But Gravitas will do exactly what you saw it do. You stab the sword into the ground, and then it will cause the enemies to get pulled violently towards you, which is great if you're running a super tanky build, where you want the enemies up in your face at all times because you have lots of vigor and defense. Gimme. Alright, here we go. It's crab time. I'm going to grab this lump of flesh, and we are going to run under here because the crab can't get through here. There we go. Wow, that's doing great against him. I don't give a shit. I'll cheese this guy with fire pots. Oh, man. That's we got a flask back. Hell yeah. That's a fun part of doing these walkthroughs for you guys, is even if I go in here prepared thinking that I have the best information and will help you guys learn how to get through this game the safest and most enjoyable way you can, I always feel like I end up teaching myself something or learning something new. We are not going to scale around there because there's nothing over there. It's just a great opportunity to almost die. And there's no item waiting for you, which is odd for this kind of game. Like, normally, if you're willing to do the platforming and explore and whatever to find all the stuff, you can usually end up being rewarded with an item, but not this time around.
And this spirit spring right here is the only way to get back up. Like, there is no other way to get back up other than this spirit spring. So, going up. Pretty wicked, huh? Alright. And we are right back where we started. There's the big thing that Mr. Spiderweb Hat is under. We're going to rest at this grace. Let's take a look at our Ashes of War. So I can equip just about anything I want to this flail, like even Gravitas, if I want to, and I can put magic damage on this thing. It won't do me any good because I don't have a lot of intelligence. Matter of fact, I only have 9, so it's not going to do me any good, but the Art of War on the flail is good. Like, once you start spinning, you can do light attack, or you can chain into a heavy attack while you're spinning. And it's good. It hits hard. That's really good for proccing the bleed with this thing. So, I don't think I'm going to swap the Ash of War out on this thing just yet, even though there are some good ones. But determination's good, man. It's real good, especially for PvP. We're not going to worry about that on this character, but yeah, we're just going to keep it exactly as it is. And we can level up a bit too. So I'll go up to 14 on there. I'm going to keep raising my dexterity a little bit because there's another flail that we're going to unlock pretty soon. And who knows? If I'm feeling squirrely enough, I might power stance him. Let's get this. Those runes are runes, and they are so much more valuable in the beginning than they are later. Hey, there we go. So we can see that from here. It's going to be out over in this region, but that is one of the Churches of America. We're going to fight our way towards there once we're ready to travel south. But, alright, I think that's a great place to stop. We have covered this little beach here beneath us. And, again, our general progression here is we've kind of like gone in this circle around the outskirts of the lake, stopping about right here where the map cuts off or so. This is the Everjail with the Forlorn Hound boss that I'm going to hold off on until we get the Blide questline started. But we have made it all the way out here to the Dragon Church as well, and we've covered a few different caves, the last one being Limgrave Tunnels. I suppose what I could do is I could go... this one will not take very long to cover. We may as well do it. I can squeeze that into this episode. Why not? It's not going to take long. Oh boy. Here's what we're going to do, though. I need more fire bombs. I do not need that. Right here. This is where we're going to showcase the Ashes of War. So you can only summon your Ashes of War in specific locations. This is not one of them. And we will get the little icon on the screen that shows if you can summon them or not, and I'll point it out to you when we get there, though. We're going to use these against the boss. So, you recognize this guy? We had someone exactly like him at the very beginning of the game where the tutorial was. The guy I did my ghost voice with. Okay, so I'm not really sure what that means, but all I know is that this dungeon in particular is a pain in the ass. Like, it's going to give people trouble, I promise you. There are these cat gargoyle type things in here. Those assholes right there. So we have 1, 2, and sometimes they like to hang from the ceilings and really scare the shit out of you. But I'm going to pull this guy real quick without pulling the other one. Your guard counter is very good against these guys. Like, I almost use it exclusively for them because, holy shit, it just works really good. Okay, so none hanging from the ceiling. That's fine. And it doesn't have to be their weapon.
You can guard counter a thrown object. Pretty cool, huh? So we get some root resin. Let's take a look at our root resin. This is what you would use to make resins that can buff your weapon with fire or magic or even crazy dragon blood attacks. So we'll get that. We'll get the dragon grease wound stuff as well. I like to show that off. But the root resin is going to be just as important as the mushrooms and the different kinds of butterflies. I'm going to show a really in-depth tutorial of the crafting system, and I'm probably going to make that a separate video, like just an idea of what you want to try to gather in the beginning to create the most helpful craftable items for you at the beginning of your playthrough. Alright, an Engrave Glovewort. That is what we're going to use to upgrade our spirit ashes, like the wolves. So this door leads to the boss, locked by some contraption. Wouldn't you know it? So they're going to make us fight through all this shit first, which is fine. We're prepared. We should be alright. So the general practice here is keep your shield up and never, of course, I'm missing whatever. Let's get him up here where he's not on the stairs. Never go running full force into any room in this place. Because this dungeon in particular is bad news. Like, wow, he... Alright, I've never encountered that. He's making it nice and easy for us. It's fine. I would highly recommend looking up on the walls and stuff as you run into a room, because they like to hang off of the ceiling and stuff and whatever, and when they jump down and attack you, it does a lot of damage. So... And again, we have the correct damage type for this dungeon because these enemies in particular are weak to strike damage. So we picked up the purple violet there, which I'll point this out too. Blooms in graveyards. A purple flower that blooms in That's a typo. A purple flower then blooms in graveyards? Okay, come on, FromSoft. The hue of Ghost Flame, it's believed to be useful in calling forth spirits. So that's also going to be a craftable item that is relevant towards our spirit ashes. Alright. Shield up. And check the walls. Yep, see? Right there. Look at that. Look at that bullshit. Get down here. What do I need to do? I don't want to waste my fire bombs. Those things are good. And he has not aggroed me yet, so I can... get his attention with this. And he fell. That's hilarious. It's an easy way to finish that guy. Alright, so wait for the flames to cease. Run forward. Here, shield up. And when I say up, I mean completely in front of you. Full defense at all times. Oh. Timing is everything here because the fire will kill you immediately. Alright. And the way you get rid of these things is you attack them. And we got the hello. So these are similar to the carvings that you would get from Hawkeye Go. Or Goff, I guess it would be, in Dark Souls 1. You can jump on these things, and they will raise again, but there's nothing up there waiting for me if I were to jump on this, and it would also raise it back up and make the fire come back, which I don't want. So now what we're going to do, is this is the asshole part. Wait till you see this. Same strategy. Wait for it, then run. Nope. Maybe I'm not remembering it right. I remember there being an enemy waiting for you here, and it's a complete pain in the ass. Okay. Same thing. We're going to run in here. And these guys are clinging to the wall, right? So we'll hit this, get rid of the fire so we don't have to worry about it. What you can do alternatively is if you have a bow or something that can aim. I have my torch, so I can't show you, but
you can pull these guys by shooting them off the wall, and they will run directly into the fire, like, no problem. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pull them like this. That's it, pal. Come get some. So, I want to stress to you guys, if it's not obvious yet, that it's very imperative to fight these things one at a time. There's a reason that they come in groups, is because that's when they are most effective against you. That weapon that they use, the hook sword, it's called, it causes bleed. And you can probably see it passively building up in small increments even when I block against them. But it's never smart to pull more than one of these things because they don't have a ton of health, but they do hit pretty hard and they do cause the bleed. So once you have 2 or 3 of these things on you, it is seriously a nightmare. So there's that one. Goodness. Yeah, there's quite a few of them in here. Let's be smart. We'll pull them one at a time. Okay, and we'll get that guy first. Because if you hit the one on the bottom, the other one will drop down and come after you, and then you'll have 2 of them. Oh yeah, the strike damage is working real good against these guys. Okay, so there's another one over there. Pull that guy first. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Okay. That should be all of them. Alright. Die. We got ourselves another Smoldering Butterfly, another Grave Wart to upgrade our Ash of War. And now we can take this ladder. And this should lead us to the lever that we need to pull in order to open the door to the boss. Okay, so here we go. Would you look at that? Waiting for us. Oh shit. Well, I was trying to avoid the animation because I don't need to do the riposte in order to kill them, but there we go. It'll save us a little bit of time, because I'm sure you guys don't want to sit through that animation every single time. And I don't blame you. Well, hi there. Oh, come on, don't do that. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. So watch this. Oh, did not work. I was going to try to show off that you can use the throwing attack of the other one for a free guard counter. Okay, so he clearly is not going to run forward. Let's look and make sure there's no more of them. Looks like we're okay. Alright, I think we're okay. Nice, and we got the Wandering Noble's Ashes. So before, all we had was the Wolves, and now we have another one that we can use. I would say that the Wolves are probably the smartest choice, if you intend to use them, at this point in the game at least. Like, you're going to get much, much better ones. Believe me when I say that. Okay. Not bad. So this one is going to run a little bit longer than normal. Hope that's okay, but if we can cover an entire other dungeon in the process of it, why not, you know? Okay, so I'm going to show off the Spirit Ashes in this fight. They're not particularly good against this boss, but do you see that over where it says parry? There's a little, like, door. It looks like the door from the Lord of the Rings to get into Moria. That is your symbol that you can use. The Spirit Ashes. Holy shit. This thing does really good damage against this boss. Alright. Shoo, I'm glad I was blocking. Oh my goodness. Alright, that's fine. So yeah, not a good summon for this boss. It can kill them very fast. But, I mean, they're helping. You know, aggro's aggro. They definitely helped make it easier for me. And then you unlock the Sorcerer Ashes, which is, I have the same opinion towards him as the other one that we just got. The wolves are definitely better. But this boss is easy as shit. Now later, they do really disrespectful things, like throwing 2 of them at the same time at you. Can't wait for that one. But, alright. Not bad. So let's go back to the first step. Or actually, here, let's go to the church. We'll see if we have enough stones to upgrade our weapon again, because I think the next time you need 6 of them. And we might just have that many. We do! What do you know? We have exactly enough. So let's upgrade this guy. Oh, of course. It's going to max me out. That's alright. So we can get our thing up to +3 max at the smithing table. Now we have to find a blacksmith. Let's talk to Kale real quick.
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Let's talk to him, because anytime you get the talk option, that means that something new can be said.
There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold, which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now, though the Elden Ring is shattered. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts. Your people, the Tarnished, and mine.
I really like hearing him say things like this, because as we progress into the playthrough and we encounter more of these guys, you're going to see how accurate it is. Like, at some point, we're going to find some of his people that are not like him. They're going to be an enemy type, and it's going to reveal a lot when we get to that point.
Perhaps you don't need to hear this, but see that no harm comes to my kin. We have a saying, we wanderers. Lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
Interesting. Very interesting. He's basically saying, do not mess with my people, because we will be mean. Okay, so there's nothing I really need to buy from him. I think we're good for now.
Goodbye for now.
Alright, great. Well, I think that was a pretty solid episode. We did even more dungeons. We cleared some bosses. So, a recap: we beat the Tree Sentinel, we beat the Knight's Cavalry, we beat the Watchdog boss in that cavern. We talked to a couple more NPCs that we can further the quest lines for, and we're doing good. I think we're progressing in a really good direction in this playthrough. And the next one, we are probably going to take on Agheel, and he's an interesting boss to fight. There's some key things about him that'll help you win if you're struggling, and I'll show them to you. But all right, that was a really solid episode. We've got a nice flail +3 going that's helping destroy things for us, and yeah, I'm feeling good about this character. So thank you guys so much for joining me on our guided adventure through Elden Ring, and I will catch all of you in the next episode.